Lake Show about to end this thing tonight, baby. Lake Show about to end this night. This gonna be the toughest game of the series.
Oh, because Jimmy coming to play.
They not going out. They not going out like that.
I feel like it'll be tough the first half, but I feel like they might get their will broken. Because I just feel like if it's this close, AD and Brown both got to be in beast mode, especially with Finals MVP up for grabs.
Oh, it's up for grabs to you?
I feel like whoever dominates this game will get it.
Okay, how about you, AJ? Who you got for Finals MVP?
So I have Bron for the Finals MVP just because of the consistency. And I think that without Bron, this team would maybe be a 7th, 8th seed, 6th maybe.
Wow. Okay, go ahead.
But that's the impact that I think Bron has when he comes to a team. And I mean, like, listen, it's been AD, Bron, and fingers crossed that somebody else just show up, right? And we've seen what AD has done. It's been him as the guy, and he has other teams, and he has other people around him. But I just think the way that Bron plays the game as a facilitator with his basketball IQ and the way that he can still in year 17 dominate will elevate a team. So that's why personally,
I thought we was going to lose him.
Man, but when he say personally, he got me thinking, man, KCP has really stepped it up, though. The last few games, man. Because, boy, he had me worried. He had me worried at some point, Hill.
Yeah, you back.
Whew. All right.
I'm glad it stayed up. Everything stayed up, though. The live stayed up.
I was nervous as hell. I ain't gonna lie.
That's wild.
I was in this motherfucker panicking, y'all. I'm sweating like a bitch.
I think, Cannon, I do agree with you that tonight is the deciding factor of
I get that.
Who probably should get the Finals MVP. But I think I have the slight edge to AD because the fact that
I get that.
The moment that he didn't play well, we lost.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I get it. Bron was consistent. You know, Bron is Bron. Bron is great. I get it. If anybody going to argue Bron, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm saying that the moment that AD played bad, like he was in foul trouble and his rhythm was terrible, we lost.
Mm-hmm.
When AD returned to form, we won. I think we kind of go as AD goes, even though I know
we definitely need him.
And I wholeheartedly, like, before I got cut off, what I was trying to do is I was trying to explain, like, I think it's gonna go to AD, but I personally would give it to Bron for that reason. You get what I'm saying? But
I'm not mad at neither one.
I think it's gonna go to AD, but I would give it to Bron.
I don't think it's going to AD at all. To be
really
quite honest. To be quite honest, the media is not about to let.
I think if AD dominates this game, they gotta give it to him, man. They have to.
But I think if Bron get another triple dub, like,
he only has one. Like, a close triple dub is not a triple dub.
But what I'm saying is, with it being, I think he's gonna get another one in this closeout game.
If he gets another one in this closeout game, yes, that's gonna make it tough because it's hard to say that someone didn't ball when they have a triple double because that's your impact in the game. You're putting your prints on the game in multiple places. So yeah,
I mean, if Andre Iguodala can get Finals MVP for holding LeBron to damn near 30 points, I feel like, you know,
he also was cooking up. Don't be fooled.
Anybody can get it.
Don't be fooled.
Okay, about the last Warriors championship, right? And KD got Finals MVP. Did anybody feel that Steph should have got that Finals MVP?
Not me. Mm-mm.
I felt there could have been an argument made that. See, that's what I'm saying. It felt like there could have been an argument made.
You talking about one? Was that the one? That's not the walk up three.
Hell no, that was the first one.
Yeah, the walk up three was the first one.
Yeah, for that solidified.
Yeah, no, I still had KD for the second one.
and this is what I'm saying, Cannon. I agree that KD should have won. You can't argue when you look at the numbers and you looked at it. You couldn't argue that KD got the Finals MVP, but Steph balled.
You can make an argument for him.
Absolutely. You could have made an argument for him.
And that's where I think we have a dilemma in right now.
It's like you can make an argument for it, but
it's going to Bron.
100%.
I just hope they give it to whoever dominates, whoever really puts the final stamp on it tonight is really dominated the most.
I don't give a damn if Alex Caruso get it, as long as we win.
That's a fact. I do need that celebration tonight, Hill. I need it. I need it tonight,
Saturday,
man.
Yeah, I need my Saturday morning to be way better than.
And it's the Mamba jersey, so it's like we were undefeated in them this point. Like for the chip, don't you dare losing these things now.
You better be diving on the floor. Like you better go all out. You better not. You've been undefeated this long on the closeout game. This Mamba mentality right here. This is Mamba mentality right here. Boy, don't come up to heaven.
I will say this, man.
Send your ass right back.
You check it up immediately.
Send your ass right back.
The moment they get to heaven, they checking up, they lose. Like,
check ball. Check ball. Post up.
My jersey.
Hey, look, man. Hey, AD's perimeter shooting, man.
Nah, it's been clutch.
It's been clutch. And Bron, last game in the third quarter when Bron was hitting them deep threes, we needed every last one of them, man. He stepped up big.
We're gonna need those, man. Like we say, you show love to KCP, and KCP has been balling.
Oh my
God. He is not trying. Like
I'm breaking it up. I'm
the
glad
bubble
you brought
reminded
it up.
him of house arrest too much. He's like, look, hey, I ain't trying to go back. He understands, like, hey, I'm here to play. I want y'all to keep me next season.
Listen,
we're gonna need him.
Paul Pierce, you're the ultimate hater. At halftime, Paul Pierce said, and I quote, he said, if the Lakers have to continue to rely on scoring from KCP, it's over. And I sat up there and said, as soon as he said that, I said, how dare you, Paul Pierce, sit up there and say that this man can't continue to keep playing basketball the way that he's playing basketball. I'm like, exactly, and just a natural born hater. And it showed. And then KCP came out there. Not only did he score in the fourth quarter, he was playmaking in the fourth quarter. That pass, that kick out to AD for the three, and it's just like, man, we wouldn't have won that game without KCP down the stretch. So that was a big FU to Paul Pierce, man.
And he was defending Hero.
He was defending, bro. KCP balled, bro.
Yeah, like you said, we couldn't. Like we're gonna need the others that Shaq like to call it. We're gonna need them to step up tonight. But like the Heat are not gonna go away. I don't want y'all to ever think that the Heat about to just lay down tonight. Jimmy's gonna show. Every Heat is gonna show up tonight. Morris
been here too. I can't forget Morris.
Rob
Pelinka, man.
Rob Pelinka has shown that versatility is key when building a roster. That's it.
100%.
Rob Pelinka got snubbed.
So what do y'all think, man? Like, so as this championship has been coming to a close and it's nearing its end, there's been a lot of statements basically saying that this finals ain't gonna matter, that this finals ain't, necessarily gonna count. A lot of things have been said about Bron trying to discredit him and move the goalpost as far as, putting him in that GOAT, quote unquote, conversation. Like, first off, what do y'all think about people saying that this ring don't count?
That's bullshit.
Pure hate.
That's what that is.
Pure hate.
We had a lockout in our lifetime. We had a lockout, a shortened season.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever downplays that. Nobody ever downplays that. Now,
and I will never let nobody ever downplay that because they played all the games that was on the schedule. They had a championship, and I watched it, and it was legitimate. And this bubble basketball has been elite. It's almost been a ray of hope in this pandemic. And what I'm not going to let people do is sit up here and enjoy all this bubble basketball and then slight it at the end. And say it's not worth anything because your guy didn't win.
And here's my thing about people. Here's my thing about people saying that this bubble ring won't count. In the bubble, we've seen players play better than they've ever had in their career, and it shows that crowd and that pressure matters. And LeBron still took his team to the finals, and LeBron still about to win a ring, in maybe 5 games against a team that beat the number 1 overall seed of Celtic. Like, you know, like, and he like this team has beat the teams that people have said, oh, they're it. These are championship contenders. This Heat team has beat the championship contenders out of the East. So you may say that they don't belong here, but they did everything that they were supposed to prove that they was here.
Yep.
And people want to, like, I saw a post from Mike Johnson, the biggest Bron hater in the 3-man weave group, talking about Bron is not mentally tough to play in, you know, the previous eras. But if we want to talk about mentally tough, isn't this Heat team mentally tough to get through all of this against all the stars that they've played with all of these non-lottery picks that they got on this team? So to me, it's like you can't diminish this. And like we said in this, like our group chat, and we've said in the 3-man weave group, if any other team came out of the West,
it would have been official.
We wouldn't have diminished this ring. Only because it's Bron, people are diminishing this ring. And and the crazy thing to me is I don't understand like why people hate Bron so much. And I'm not even the biggest Bron supporter, but I just don't know why people hate Bron so much. People always say he can't do it without another superstar. Who did? Who did it without another superstar?
I think that the hate escalated when he joined the Lakers, because everybody hate the Lakers too.
But everybody hated Bron for going to the Heat at first. Like I know people talk about KD and they say that the KD move was different than Bron. Yeah, but when Bron made that decision, people was hating, and I will never forget it.
That's the worst thing Bron ever done is the decision.
Yeah, he had a lot of haters. Yeah,
are y'all saying? Does that even make sense?
You gotta. I can't even. That's the stupidest shit. Yeah, the decision. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. But like, that's just. I'm sorry, but he had a lot of haters, but he had a lot of supporters too that that follow him to Miami. They followed him back to Cleveland.
100%.
And he had a lot of supporters that left him when he joined LA. People hate the Lakers, so it's kind of fine. They try to find any other way to try to hate him.
But the crazy thing is also, you say a lot of people hate the Lakers. It was a lot of Lakers people who hated LeBron, and I never forget how a lot of Lakers people treated LeBron when he first decided that he was coming there too.
Oh, that's
They had to, which is why I talked to a lot of because
Jardine, I've been saying this for years.
But they had to hate him initially because of the rivalry over the years. So it was like Kobe and Bron had that on the court rivalry, even though they were friends off the court. But it's like they never faked on the court. And whether Kobe played or not, it was like Bron wanted to beat the Lakers regardless of what team he played on. Just as any player that's not on the Lakers is going to try to do. So it's like when he first came there, they hated on him for years. So it's like it was hard for them to embrace. It took for him to put that year in for him to earn their respect.
And my whole thing is a lot of what a lot of people hate Bron for is they say, oh, he couldn't do it without a superstar. But I mean, Kobe didn't do it without, Kobe didn't do it without Shaq, and then he got Paul Pierce and the other team. Jordan didn't. Paul Gasol, my bad. Jordan didn't win a championship.
That's technically without a superstar.
Without Pippen.
No, we're not doing that, Cannon.
That's technically without a superstar.
We're not doing that, Cannon.
That's one of the reasons why I love Kobe, man. I used to hate Kobe like people hate Bron.
Look at that team. Look at that team, man.
Until that.
I keep saying Paul Pierce.
And then I respected him because I said, bro, this greatness is unreal because he took the turkey to a chip, bro. And made him look elite. Got him thinking he's a superstar.
Cannon, we disrespecting Paul Gasol like this? For real? Paul Gasol was top 5 in his position,
bro.
at the prime of at the prime
The position was weak. It was.
That was the prime of the power forward position.
What are you talking about? Was Tim Duncan? Tim Duncan was in the league still, wasn't he?
Yeah, we're not doing that, Cannon.
I'm saying Tim Duncan was in the league, but that's one guy. Come on, like. Bro, Paul Gasol was not
the prime of the position. The power forward. We can go back after this. We can
agree to disagree because I can't. Nothing can sell me on Paul Gasol.
You gonna get sold when I text you after this. You're not gonna see that. They don't know about the personal chat.
Hey, we may not continue this shit on here. Yeah. But this conversation is gonna continue. But
let you do, Paul.
Let me wrap it up and say. We talk about those years that Kobe had, Smush Parker.
Oh yeah, come on now.
But look at those years that look at that some of them Cavs teams that Bron took to the final.
Yeah, man.
Nobody can do it by themselves.
Exactly my point. And my whole thing is, what did Kobe say? What did Kobe do to actually get those players to LA?
He said he might leave. He had to threaten to leave to get those players to LA.
Okay. What Dan Snyder didn't do anything to keep LeBron. And so LeBron was like, all right, fuck you. I'm like Dan Snyder was like
you mean Dan Gilbert?
God, okay, let me tell you, I'm a little drunk. So
you got to be.
So Dan Gilbert, he didn't do nothing to deserve LeBron that first go around. He didn't do nothing to deserve LeBron the second go around, to be quite honest. But LeBron literally just was like, "Look, hey, I want to do this for the people of Cleveland," and he came back and done something.
And he did it.
And so my whole thing is, LeBron he took those teams to the finals in Cleveland, but he was like, "Yo, you're not giving me anything." And so guess what? He did one of the best things. People always say that they hate the super teams in the NBA, but I think
the fans love it.
I honestly think what LeBron did actually helped the brand of the NBA because the NBA has not been more popular since.
But let's not forget, and that's why I hate when people do this, bro. Boston Celtics first formed the Big Three to stop LeBron. They wanted to make sure that they can dead LeBron in the East, man.
And it was literally just LeBron at that point in time.
And so they did it first. And so Bron said, if I'm gonna beat something like that, I have to have help. And so he did the same thing that they did. They set the precedent.
And guess what? Bron been living rent free in that Clippers team head since. They be hating so hard on everything that Bron do. Paul Pierce had the audacity to say that he could come out and average 50 in this NBA. Yeah, boy, if you don't get your listen here, man.
But the thing about it, like somebody said earlier, I forgot who said it is, LeBron empowered the players.
That was I think Rashawn. Yeah, no, it was Jardine. It was this right here.
All right. So he said, yeah, he empowered the players. So that's what happened. We always had super teams.
But why would you be mad at that?
But think about because that's new.
The players be hating that.
And I told him they should be applauding him. He gave y'all the power. Y'all not utilizing it. Remember,
how many star players have we seen felt like I gave my blood, sweat, and tears to this city, and they just gonna trade me?
Yeah,
Bron literally said, you know what? Fuck you. You could trade me at the drop of a hat. With my contract up, I don't have to re-sign with you.
I don't owe you anything.
What does the word free and free agent mean? It means I am free to do whatever the hell I want. I don't have to sign a contract because I'm here. Guess what? If Bron was the star player and he was playing bad, guess what? Those same fans in Cleveland would be like, man, trade his ass.
Mm-hmm.
If Bron turned out to be Anthony Bennett, they wouldn't have loved him.
But that's the beauty of him signing these short-term deals because he's
putting
pressure on the front office.
Exactly.
Speaking of that, don't he have a decision this offseason?
No, he signed a 4-year deal.
Oh yeah, he did. He did.
But those Clippers.
They got some
decisions. PG-13 is going to be out of
They gonna do
theaters
something
very
stupid.
soon.
They gonna do something stupid.
Oh, 100%.
I think they come back. They can keep PG and Kawhi.
I
You can't abandon ship this early.
I think it'll be a brutal mistake to just blow up that team. To be quite honest, I just think it'll be y'all just lost. Y'all so happy to lost.
When Paul George tried to give a motivational speech and everybody was like, "Man, shut the fuck up." Hey, you gotta trade him. He lost all respect in that locker room.
Hey, but nah, in another regular season, you get your balling up, man. People will follow you when the ball starts going in the hoop, man. So it's like you can't tell people what to do when you're playing like a hoe. So it's like you have to get yourself together before you start talking trash. You can't be out there shooting air balls and telling people, "Come on, baby, tighten up." Tighten up. Don't nobody want to hear that.
So shit, I can shoot it off the side of the backboard for a couple mil. You know, put me in the game. Let it rain.
Make some buckets, man.
I'm 3D. I'm letting it fly. I'm letting it right now.
Look, I can get you a couple hard fouls a game and some effort.
You just gotta just take my minutes out. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm giving you, you know what I'm saying? 2 minutes first.
You dig what I'm saying?
I can't believe that. They really, that's the worst thing this man done here. They really try to put that on him like that was like he committed a crime.
Bro, I was one of them. I sat there in Petersburg. I hated the decision. I hated Bron for a lot of not hated.
I understand why a basketball fan would hate it, but you ain't burn no jerseys and take it to none of the extent that people really did. You didn't call him a scumbag of the earth or all these other things. Like people really hated him and really act like, bro, they were protesting this man like he caught charges, bro.
I hated the spectacle of the decision.
But you just gotta think, and you know why? We was not business savvy yet. And what I was trying to tell people, which I wish I had applied then, I was trying to tell everybody, bro, Bron raised so much money for the Boys and Girls Club of Akron with that thing. So it's like he used that and he raised millions of dollars for them by doing that. So it's like,
and here's my whole thing.
Y'all hated me, but ultimately I did good with that. So it's like when I lay down at night, I'm good with myself.
So here's my thing. Why I just don't understand how so many people could hate Bron. If you look at Bron, outside of Master P, Bron is the American dream. He's in the league, the best in the league, and he put his whole team on. The guys he rocked with in high school are millionaires.
They're on.
You dig what I'm saying? Like, how can you hate that? And so, like, I just don't. I can't understand this extreme hate that people have for Bron. People talk about, oh, he's not this, he's not that, he's not mentally tough. Oh, he passed it to this person, he passed it to this person, he don't want to take this shot
because we've been conditioned.
But we've been conditioned. But even the people that we've been conditioned to praise, they didn't always do it.
I always say that
because like my whole thing is if we've been conditioned that the best player take the last shot, Robert Horry shouldn't have all the rings that he have. Derek Fisher shouldn't be a coach. Steve Kerr shouldn't be a coach because you know why? They did it when it counted.
Come on now, don't listen, bro.
That's you being objective. That's you being objective, and I'm with you. Oh, I'm with you.
And look, and he has told us he's told us he's tipsy. So this is my thing. You got he's tipsy and being more objective than sports writers that are on the national beat. You feel me? So it's like it's real life sad that you got to come to YouTube Live and Facebook Live to get the real out here in the sports world.
It ain't sad because we told y'all from day one this is what we was gonna get y'all. We was gonna give you the real shit. We wasn't about to just say, hey, this is my personal opinion, because guess what? I don't really like nobody like that because I just want Devin Booker to get a ring. But I can't just say that because he ain't there.
Yeah. Come to LA, baby.
Doing things you can't believe. It's the 3-man week. We come at you with topics. No, you cannot stop it.